Finally, we got into this habit. The waitress would come along and she'd say, "Can I get you anything else?" Not me. Could I have the check? My wife goes, "Could I have a cup of coffee?" So I know that I'm not leaving right away. I know that she wants to talk, okay? And so I say, "Oh yeah, I'll take a cup of coffee too." Hold the check. so we'll just sit and we'll talk, and she'll have a couple of cups of coffee, okay? And I know that what she's asking is for me to take my agenda and throw it out and spend some time with her. And in fact, sometimes she'll look across the table at me and she'll say, "You're working really hard, aren't you?" And I say, "Yes, I am." Agenda. You're working really hard. But Dad is saying to her, "Okay, I want to demonstrate that I love you, and I'm going to take my agenda and put it over here." Okay, so I can understand why the first and third will be probably pretty important to her. Look up. Anybody else? Share? Or any of those?
I'm the one asking for the check to get them.
Well, that's interesting. It is. Okay. It'd be interesting to find out what your love languages are then. Obviously, yours is not.
That has to do with whether you're in the here, the now.
Whether you're in the here and now. That's true. And I live in the future. I don't live in the now. Okay. She lives in the now, not the future. Okay. Mm-hmm. Right. When we go on vacation, I plan how far we're going to drive, where we're going to stop. I rent the motel. Then I plan out the schedule for everybody. Our sons go along with us. I plan the schedule. The last year, and finally, I didn't even take a watch. And they say, "Well, where are we going?" And I said, "Wherever you want to go."
Wow.
And she looks at me, and she doesn't like that. Because it's very unnerving, because it's not who you are. What are you doing?
Well, I don't mind it so much on vacation.
Yeah, and so I just said, "Wherever you guys want to go." It was like.
And he didn't even make us get off the beach by a particular time.
No, I didn't.
We were ready to go.
I just want you to know, guys, how much I'm improving.
And it had to be working. Well, no, you didn't. Because you like the beach.
We're just yeah.
You are.
We're on a schedule. This is my checklist. This is what I need to get done. This is what we have to plan out. She's not alone.
You're not alone. You do the same thing? Okay.
My next
What about
day
you guys?
is the evening before.
Is somebody a planner? Or
I'm
something?
more on the schedule type thing. I like to plan out what we're going to do.
Okay. She's looking at you going, "What?" Which one of you lives in the now, and which one of you lives in the future?
I live in the future.
You live in the future. Dan lives in the now. I would have guessed that. I really would have. What about you, Paul?
I've gotten so bad that I can't even hardly get through an airport because I just follow him. He'll plan, we'll get off the plane at a certain point, and we need to walk down here, and
I do
just
too.
follow.
Yeah, she calls me her Boy Scout leader. Okay. All right, go over to the side for men. Questions for men. Read through the questions below and we'll check the ones, guys, that would make you feel most respected if said by your wife. The garage door opener doesn't seem to be working correctly, and I know you're better at understanding mechanical things. Would you take a look at it? Or, my husband took the kids out to the park yesterday to give me a break. He's really great about giving me the breaks I need. That's great that you got a raise at work. You earned it. I'm having a hard time with my coworker. He's been undermining me with my boss. What do you think I should do? Guys, what would seem to convey respect to you there? As opposed to the ones at the bottom. You're not really a fix-it kind of guy. Don't you think you should call someone to repair that? I admit that. That's me. When are you going to start being responsible and quit spending so much time on that dream of starting your own business? Last night it took my husband 3 hours to figure out how to get the new computer working. It'll take me longer than that. Technical things are not really his strength. When are you going to start making more money at work where you really need to have more income to get all those bills paid? Obviously, guys, you don't want to hear anything at the bottom. What would you like to hear at the top? Guys, you have to talk today. What would you like to hear at the top? Which one would convey respect to you?
Well, I think for me, they were the first and the last one.
Okay.
The first one, being retired and being mechanically, having a mechanical background
Okay.
for all my life.
Okay.
It's kind of
It's deferring to what you do best.
Yeah, make me
Okay.
feel
And make
like
you
I
look good.
belong in the house there.
Right.
And the last one, with her business, Janet's business, I like to be invited to help her out.
Okay. And so when she would do that, that would convey respect to you. Agreed. What do you say, guys? What do you say? Which one? You make me talk. Which one? Who convey respect? And they're looking at each other going, him first, him first. Hold on, Harold. I want to get these two. Yeah, and I'll give you. Go ahead. Which
I
one?
like the second one.
Okay. Oh, that's really good. You don't have any kids yet, so that works for you.
But she's bragging to somebody about her husband. It's not something she's saying to him.
Yeah.
Telling somebody that, and I think that's really neat.
I think it is too. I think that would, for me, that would convey respect that my wife thought I would be willing to do that. What do you say?
Well, I'd like the first one also, because I'm,
Okay.
you know, I feel that I'm pretty good at that too, and that she really understands that I can do things like that instead
Okay.
of just wasting my time.
Yeah. Or call the
Her
plumber.
time.
Okay. Call the plumber.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also the one about getting the raise at work, realizing that you do go to work and do a good job, and that you do
Okay.
deserve a raise.
Yeah. So if she were to say, you know, I know you work hard to provide for us. I know you do a good job. I really appreciate the fact that you get up every day and go to work. You know, that you get up every day, go to work, you try to do your best, and you try to provide for us. That would convey respect to me. Harold, what were you going to say?
I get in listening, I've changed things a little bit. Number one would kind of apply. You know, I generally get first right of refusal.
Okay.
And then if you don't do it, I'll call somebody that will.
I've never heard that in the first right of refusal. That's pretty good. I like that.
You're not how many times? You're not going to fix it. Chris, you're shaking it.
Okay.
That makes me feel
You know, the third one wouldn't do a thing.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it'd be all right, but I don't need to be stroked that way. That wouldn't
Okay.
do me any good. Fourth one, yeah, I mean, that would be good because that shows that, you know, I respect your judgment,
Okay.
your thinking. I'd like to hear
Yeah.
another side of it.
Right.
Tell me what you think.
Yep. Yep. I agree. So everything there. I mean, there are different things that would show respect to the guys. I want to kind of look at the top. Go ahead.
Can I say something about the second one?
You sure can.
I learned several years ago that it's not just bragging about your husband to other people, it's talking about him in front of your children.
Mm-hmm.
Because a man needs respect from his wife, but he needs respect from his children, and pointing out those positive things really can go very far.
Yeah. And you know, to not respect your husband in front of the kids sets a terrible example. Okay, so that's a really bad example. So, you know, yelling at him like, you know, you always do that stupid stuff. Why can't you ever get that right? Why can't you whatever? And the kids are going, wow, where does Dad fit into this whole picture? And you know, the reverse of that is that he loves you so much that he makes sure the kids never say anything negative about you. You know, if our kids ever said anything negative about my wife, it was like, you know, there's salt or there's pepper on your tongue or something. You're never going to say that about your mother again. That'll be the only time you say that. So that I show her that I love her. Okay. And you know, one of the things that used to drive our kids crazy, but we didn't care anyway because we knew underneath they really liked it. You know, I'd hug her and kiss her in the kitchen, and they go, oh, no, I don't do that. You know. But we knew that underneath they really liked it. There was security there. And you know, you read the book Love Begins in the Kitchen and so forth. It does. You know, I want the kids to know that I love her, and I can show that love to her wherever we are. You know, if we're out or whatever, I put my arm around her at church. We hold hands at church. I don't have a problem with that. If you do, that's your problem. But I don't have a problem with that. I think it's important for our kids to see that we love our wives, okay, and that's demonstrated wherever we are, So that's an excellent point to make, okay. Let me give out some things to you. I want to, because I see my time.